good afternoon, children. Welcome back to our online class. I hope that you all are safe at home. Is it? Yes. Are you all happy, children? Yes. We have interest to learn Science 1 today. Have you all completed the worksheet which I have given in the previous class? Yes. So, in the last class we have learned about acids. Anyway, now we are learning the lesson acids, bases and salts, is it? In that acid we have completed. So, what and all we have learned in the last class? That is about acidic substance. Then it has two types, that is mineral acid and organic acid. So acidic substance means substances containing an acid are called acidic substances. Then mineral acid, which is getting from or produced from chemical substances existing in nature. Example, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, is it? Then organic acid means it occurs naturally in animal and plant materials. Some examples also we have seen: grapes tartaric acid, vinegar acetic acid is present, then apples malic acid, milk lactic acid, then citrus fruits, that is lemons and oranges, their citric acid is present, spinach oxalic acid is present. Then what and all we have learned: strong and weak acid. Mostly organic acids are weak acid and mineral acids are strong acids, is it? We cannot store the strong acids in the metal containers. It should not touch with the cloth or wood, is it? It will act against clothes and wood. Anyway, we should store in glass or ceramic containers. Then weak acids, mostly organic acids or weak acids. Then properties we have learned. What are the properties of acids? Acids are sour to taste and are corrosive in nature. Also we should handle the acids with care, is it? Because they can burn human tissues upon contact and damage clothes, paper, etc. Then second property we have learned about: acids are soluble in water. Then there two types we have learned depending of the amount of water. Acids, they have divided into two, that is dilute and or concentrated. If the amount of water is more in an acid, it is called dilute acid, and if the amount of water is less, we can call that as concentrated acid. Then we have learnt about uses of acids. So in uses, first we have learnt about hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid also used in various industries, that is for heating applications. Why? To remove deposits from the inside of the boilers, is it? Then hydrochloric acid is also used for cleaning sinks and sanitary ware. Then sulfuric acid we have learned, which is the king of chemical, that is called as sulfuric acid, is it? Then uses, first use, they are using this sulfuric acid in car batteries. It is also used in the manufacture of paint, drugs, dyes, and to produce fertilizers, is it? The nitric acid, it is used by goldsmith for cleaning gold and silver ornaments. Then it is also used for the production of fertilizers such as ammonium nitrate. Then acetic acid. Acetic acid is the main ingredient of vinegar. Vinegar is used to enhance the flavor of food and as a preservative in pickles, is it? Then it is also used as a cleansing agent in products meant for cleaning windows, doors, floors, utensils, etc. Also helps to remove stains and woodwork such as furniture and carpets. Microorganisms cannot live in an acidic environment because they will kill that, is it? Then that is why we will find vinegar in many commonly packaged food items such as pickles, sauce, ketchups. Okay, this and all we have learnt in the last class, that is in the part acid, is it? So today we are going to learn Children, in the last class, acid we have learned, is it? So, what is the taste of acid? It is sour taste, is it? Is it? Likewise, in the base, what's the taste? I said in the last class. Yes, it is bitter, is it? Also, it is slippery to touch. So, what is called basic substances? Substances containing a base are called basic substances. The substance which contain a base is called basic substances. Example, if you see sodium hydroxide, mostly hydroxide groups are that is OH groups are base. Okay, so sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide are the examples of bases. Okay, also it is used in the laboratory. Cornstarch, fresh egg, white, etc. are other examples of bases. Bases may have a strong irritating odor and should be used with caution as they can harm the skin and eyes. Okay. Next, properties of strong and weak bases. Acids also we have learned strong acid and weak acid, is it? Likewise, in the base also strong, which is weak, we are going to learn. Okay, like acids, bases can be strong or weak. Strong bases are very corrosive, like acid. Okay, and can burn the skin. These bases should be handled carefully. Caustic soda or other name for caustic soda is sodium hydroxide. The chemical formula for sodium hydroxide is Na, sodium Na, hydroxide OH, is it? So, NaOH. So, what is another name for sodium hydroxide? Caustic soda. Okay, caustic soda. Also, caustic potassium, caustic potash. The other name for caustic potash is potassium hydroxide. That these two are strong and corrosive bases. Okay. On the other hand, copper hydroxide, CuOH twice, and zinc hydroxide, ZnOH twice, ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. These are weak bases. Okay. Ammonium hydroxide is produced from dissolving ammonia in water. Then properties of bases. The first properties, that is bases are bitter to taste. You all know about bitter gourd, is it? So its taste is bitter. Likewise, the taste of base is also bitter. Okay, a bitter taste is characteristics of all bases. Okay, that's the first one. So first property is bases are bitter to taste. Okay, second property is solutions of bases are slippery to touch. You all know soap, is it? While you are taking bath, sometime due to that wet, the soap will be slipped, is it? So likewise, this base is also very slippery to touch. Okay, if you apply a drop or two of a very dilute solution of sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide on your fingers and then rub them, they will feel very slippery. Okay, like soap. That's what the second property is. Solutions of bases are slippery to touch. Third property is bases may or may not be soluble in water. In acids we have learned that they are soluble in water. This one may or may not be soluble in water. Okay. Bases that can dissolve in water are called alkalis. Important. Bases that can dissolve in water, that we will call as alkalis. Okay. Examples of soluble bases or alkalis are sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. Okay, so examples of alkalis are sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. Why? Because they will dissolve in water and it is called as alkalis. Okay, next, uses of bases. Uses of bases, first we are going to learn about calcium hydroxide. The another name for calcium hydroxide is slaked lime. Do you know the chemical formula for calcium hydroxide? Calcium Ca hydroxide means OH, is it? So CaOH twice. Okay. So there are four uses we are going to learn. First one is it is used to neutralize the acidity in soils. Okay. If there is more content of acid, is it? We can add this calcium hydroxide to neutralize that. Okay, it is base, no? So to neutralize or to balance, we can add that calcium hydroxide. Next, second one is it is an ingredient in whitewash or mortar. Third one, it is a component of borax mixture used for protecting agricultural crops for pests, from pests. Okay, that is, it is a component of the borax mixture used for protecting agricultural crops from pests. It is used in the preparation of dry mixes for painting and decorating. Okay, so for the uses you have learned, it is used to neutralize the acidity of soils, ingredient in whitewash and mortar, component of the borax mixture used for protecting agricultural crops from pests, prepare dry mixes for painting and decorating. Okay, then the second one is about magnesium hydroxide. What is another name for magnesium hydroxide? Milk of magnesia. What do you know the compound formula for magnesium hydroxide? Magnesium, we all know Mg, hydroxide OH. So MgOH twice. Okay, so it is used as an antacid, that is, or a laxative. Okay, it helps to correct excess acidity in the stomach. It helps to correct excess acidity in the stomach. Okay, next, sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. It is used in the manufacture of paper and textiles. In homes, it is occasionally used to unblock drains. Also, it is used in the manufacture of soaps and detergents. So, these are the uses of sodium hydroxide. So, sodium hydroxide, what is another name for sodium hydroxide? Caustic soda. Okay, caustic soda. Compound formula NaOH. Sodium means Na, hydroxide OH. So, chemical formula for sodium hydroxide is NaOH. So, what are the uses? I said it is used in the manufacture of paper and textiles. In homes, it is occasionally used to unblock drains. Then, it is used in the manufacture of soaps and detergents. It is used in the manufacture of soaps and detergents. Okay, so these are the uses of bases. Have you all understand? So once more, we can recall what we learned in basic substances. Substances containing a basis are called basic substances. So example for that is sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, or the examples of bases, is it? Then next what and all we have learned about strong and weak bases, is it? Strong bases are very corrosive and can burn the skin. These bases should be handled very carefully. Caustic soda, that is sodium hydroxide, caustic potash are strong and corrosive bases. On the other hand, copper hydroxide, zinc hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide are weak bases. Is it? Next, properties of bases. There are three properties of bases. Is it? First one, bases are bitter to taste. Second one, solutions of bases are slippery to touch. Third property, bases may or may not be soluble in water. Then we have learnt about uses of bases. In that, about calcium hydroxide. The another name for calcium hydroxide is slaked lime. It is used to neutralize the acidity of in soil. Then ingredient in whitewash and mortar. Borax mixture used for protecting agriculture crops from pests. Then in the preparation of dry mixes for painting and decorating. So there and all they are using calcium. Preparation of dry mixes for painting and decorating. Next about magnesium hydroxide. What's another name for magnesium hydroxide? Milk of magnesia. It is used as an antacid or laxative. It helps to correct excess acidity in the stomach. Then sodium hydroxide. What is another name for sodium hydroxide? Caustic soda. It is used in the manufacture of paper and textiles. In homes, it is occasionally used to unblock drains. Also, they are using this in the manufacture of soaps and detergents. That's it. So, this much we have completed. So, in bases, basic substance, about properties of bases, which is strong and which is weak bases, then about uses of bases. This all we have completed today. Okay, so you want to read these pages 71 and 72. So children, read again and again with your concentration. Okay, yes. So thank you children. Thank you. Thank you.